republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
All right.
I will say I want to say amen afterwards.
A motion to adopt August 26, 25 Board of Education agenda, please.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. All set? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously 5-0. Where am I? Safety message.
We're 6-0.
6-0. Thank you. I was saying 5 all night, wasn't I, earlier?
We became 6.
We became 6. Safety message.
I do this one every year, I think, because of living next to a school. Since my oldest was in kindergarten, it's going to get really busy, and you're going to want to be rushing, and you're going to be running late to somewhere. But when you're picking up or driving by a school, Marshall's a crazy, section of streets, and anywhere. But you give it 10 minutes, you might be a little bit late, but that's better than risking the safety of yourself or a student. So as you're driving around any school, seriously, 10 minutes and it's done. So just drive safe and be watchful. Sun might be in your eyes at Marshall coming to or from, and that's pick up and drop off. So anyway, thank you.
I have no citizen comments at this time. How about a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Commissioner Johnson was the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously 6-0. Let's move on to the highlight of the evening and the highlight of the year so far. Recognition of Adams, Jackson, Jefferson, and elementary schools as Wisconsin Schools of Recognition.
I'll have you come up in just a minute. Well, hello and good evening. Tonight we're excited to introduce to you 4 of our Title I elementary schools, Adams, Jefferson, Washington, and Jackson, who have all been recognized as schools of recognition by the Department of Public Instruction for their school report cards in the 23-24 school year. To be a Title I school in the School District of Janesville, you have over 56% of your students who are economically disadvantaged. And so while we know this can definitely create some unique challenges, the principals, teachers, and staff at each of these 4 schools tonight have really focused on helping ensure every student is learning and growing regardless of their challenges. These schools were honored in the category of high impact schools. This award recognizes schools that serve a high percentage of economically disadvantaged students, but they've made significant strides in growth and achievement compared to other schools of similar demographics in Wisconsin. There are more than 1,200 Title I elementary schools eligible in the state. 70 were recognized in the category of high impact, so less than 6% of the schools in the state are recognized for this award. Our district is one of the few districts that had 4 schools actually receiving this honor as well. So a little bit about how they are eligible for the award. They are a Title I school who receives Title I funding, and our federal guidelines indicate for eligibility to be on free and reduced lunch, you have to be a household of 4 and make less than $60,000 as an annual income. They also have to meet or exceed expectations on their state report card. They also have to be above the bottom quartile of the state for their lower chronic absenteeism rates. And they have to meet or exceed 95% of test participation rates for all students and in all subgroups. So the data from these awards for the 23-24 state report card highlight some of the great work that our schools have been doing. And so I want to share with you a brief highlight about each school. So I would like our 4 principals and schools to come up, please. So again, the category of high-impact schools indicates that they've made significant progress in student growth and achievement. And so I want to highlight just maybe one or two things from each school, although there are many things that they've shown growth and achievement in. But I would like to highlight each school. So we have the principal at Adams, Dana Simmons. And they have over 77% of their students identified as economically disadvantaged. Adams saw over an 8% increase in grades 3 through 5 in their reading scores in 23-24, exceeding the state's growth that was only 3% as well. So significantly exceeded growth in their ELA scores. Sarah Brem, our principal at Jackson Elementary School, they have 84% of their students who are economically disadvantaged. Jackson School has the highest report card score in the district, exceeding expectations. And Jackson is above the state average in math at every single grade level. And their math proficiency surpasses the state average. Dave Newen, our principal at Jefferson School, has over 67% of the students economically disadvantaged, and Jefferson's students in grades 3 through 5 on the forward math proficiency exceed the state average by over 4%. Last year, the 4th grade class in math at Jefferson was 11% above the state average in math. Washington School, and our principal Matt Perenboom here tonight, is a school with over 60% of their students economically disadvantaged. They exceeded the state average in both reading and math in grades 3 through 5 last year, and specifically in math, they were 7% higher than the state average on math. So these schools are beating the odds. So they have high poverty and they're having high success in growth and achievement. So this significant growth of our 4 schools is a testament to the focused work that they've outlined in their school improvement plans. Each have identified a small number of goals that are clear, focused action steps in literacy and math that have guided their efforts. We want to extend a huge congratulations to these 4 principals here tonight, as well as the teachers and every single staff member who supports those students in their buildings every single day. So your dedication and belief for you as leaders and your staff are what makes our students grow and achieve every day, and you are truly making an impact in your schools. So we want to congratulate you and thank you and your staff this evening for your wonderful efforts.
Washington Elementary School, Boomer, congratulations. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very much.
Thank
Your
you.
wife must
Appreciate
be
it.
so proud of you.
She's the reason behind this.
Dr. Newman, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Awesome job. This is Simmons. I'm gonna give you this, and then I'm gonna hug you.
Thank you all so much. This is fabulous. I hope the Gazette will print this wonderful.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
I appreciate that. I rarely ask, but it must be the Optimist Club popcorn.
I must be. It's that brain power.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Can I get a copy of that? I'm gonna meet with Forward Janesville and I'm gonna share that.
Sure. Yes. Just, do you have any questions or we're good?
Thank you. All right, we have one last item, right? Let's talk a little bit about some feedback about our board workshop we had. I can start. You know, it depends, I suppose, where you are, particular longevity on the board, whether or not, how much meaning that may or may not have had to you. I enjoyed it. It made me feel like, yeah, what we do is important. I thought it was a little long in the beginning. I was hoping for a little more meat and potatoes, like, how do we actually perform as a board? If I have a question, who do I ask? You know, what's the agenda process? You know, can I talk to a director directly? A little more about that, how we can operate internally with ourselves. I was hoping a little bit more about that. And I got that feeling that the presentation was like 101, and then he might want to be asked for presentation part 102 to get deeper into that. But I thought it was valuable. Again, I'm restating, I thought it was a little long, but nonetheless, we're trying to offer ourselves some good board development too, to help us operate together as best as we can. So that's kind of my 2 cents about that. Anyone else wish to share? You don't have to.
Can I ask how much that was? How much did that cost us?
Ish, like 2,000-ish.
Okay. I know he's a friend of yours, and I thought he had good stories. Or you've known him a long time? Okay, worked with him a long time. I thought he had really good stories, but, and yes, intro. The cost, I guess, isn't as much, but it was very long. I mean, we didn't even have an agenda until hour 1 got done. That needed to move along a little faster, and if I'm being honest, I think it was basically we read an article and reported out, so. I agree, I think board development is really good, but yeah, maybe we just need to refine who speaks and what they speak about, maybe poll. The board might be an idea to get, hey, what do you wanna learn about, and that, yeah, cause that was, not my favorite thing, but I do appreciate that he took the time. And he, like I said, he had good stories, but that was way too long.
Go ahead, Susan.
Yeah, I didn't get that feeling at all. I didn't think it was too long. I thought he was very informative and entertaining. And actually, the messages he had came through very strongly. And really, what you want to do in something like that, too, is to inspire. And I think he's very inspiring and motivational. So I was very positive about it. I did not find it too long at all. Thank you.
I thought the board survey we took before, and then seeing those results kind of, laid out a little bit better for us, or showed us where we were doing a good job and where we needed some work. One of those things I think is a little bit of the meat and potatoes, like how do I ask a question? Who do I go to for X, Y, Z? And as someone who's new, that would be helpful, but I think we'll get there, But I did like that it kind of gave me a real overall view through the survey that he sent out ahead of time. I thought that was very helpful. So it was a little long, but I thought it was entertaining and informative, and I walked away thinking we're doing good work here. We have a lot more to do, but I think we're in the right direction, which I think was good. So.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so used to not talking on that, this is my 15th year, and although I knew some of the answers, I still learned from it. And I think it's important we do it. Yeah, I'd like it a little shorter, but, I just sat and listened. And I gained from that, and I hope that if I'm on the board in the future, that I gain every year we do anything like that. So, thank you for doing it.
I think that regular training is very important. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Investing in ourselves is important as leaders and making sure that we can be effective leaders. I agree. I would have liked some more specific, I don't want to say action items, but meat and potatoes of board governance. There were some vague concepts, but not very specific. And while I have learned a lot, there's certain things that I still am learning and getting better at. One thing that was highlighted is that we have not had a strong onboarding process as a board. I felt that as myself as a new board member. I'm grateful that I had experience in serving on boards and working with nonprofit work. So I came with knowledge, but not everyone has that background, and I think that is something where we can continue to get better in reminding our board members of how to interact and appropriateness of responding, or where our what our roles are appropriately, because there are a lot of rules that govern us, right? And we have to be very careful. So, but again, I think that training is very important. I found it engaging, and I did walk away learning new things, and I always enjoy working with my fellow board members, and so thanks to everyone who is here.
Great, that's great feedback. So, yeah, it's great feedback, and it's good to have different points of view on these things, and I think we all did agree that it had at least some value. And I think I like how Commissioner Paul put it, at least we're working together that way. And I just want to remind everyone too, now we're talking about board governance, is it the right way? Are there different ways? But right now, if a board member has something on their mind that they really want to get out on the agenda and in public, we have that agenda request form. And you simply fill that out and get a co-signer, and then we go through the process. It could be direct information from a director, or it could be to the committee, or it could get right on the board agenda. But that's how it gets, as of this time, gets traction. So, anything else?
And don't reply all.
Anything else, anybody? Is that it? How about,
Okay, we have a Personnel Policy and Curriculum Committee meeting scheduled for Monday, September 8th at 4:30 at the Educational Services Center, and the next Board of Education meeting scheduled for Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. at the Educational Services Center.
You didn't get